When you create a pivot table, Excel displays the values in the data fields without any formatting. When you look at numbers in the hundreds and below, the lack of commas and other formatting doesn't really matter. But when you add those values in a subtotal or grand total cell, the lack of thousands separators makes the values harder for humans to process. You can make your data easier to read by changing the data field's number format. To change the number format of a pivot table data field, right-click any cell in the field, and then click Number Format. When you do, the Format Cells dialog box appears, and you can set the format for your cells. In this case, we have a number, so I will click the Number category, and then I can apply settings for these numbers. In this case, all the values I'm working with are whole numbers, so I can set decimal places to 0. And some of my totals go over 1,000, so I will check the Use Thousands separator box. In the United States, the thousands separator is a comma, but if you're in Europe, you might find that they use a period instead of a comma. The thousand separator that appears will depend on your local Windows settings. I don't need to make any other changes, so I can click OK. And when I do, you'll notice that the numbers in the body of the pivot table didn't change. 140 is still 140 and so on. But the grand total for 2009 is 1,887, and the thousands separator, in this case the comma, appears, making the number easier to read. You should always change the pivot table data field's number format if you have any values, including subtotals and grand totals, that could go over 1,000. In general, it's a bad idea to use the currency or accounting formats, mainly because the currency symbols take up space within the cells and can be distracting when you're trying to read numbers in the body of the pivot table. If you are summarizing currency values, use a number format that displays 2 places to the right of the decimal point, so you can include cents in addition to dollars.